kids today too, so not easy.
Okay, maybe I just do this one. I haven't done this in a while, so I feel super excited about it. Okay, so well, I think we just start off like every time, right? Telling each other a little bit about what went well this week, or actually the past 3 weeks. What didn't go so well, things we need help with, or things that we struggle with. But also before we start that, we have kind of a new member in our AA group here. Welcome, Brandon. And don't worry, it's not an actual AA group. But yeah, Brandon, you wanna introduce yourself, tell where you're coming from and what you're all about?
Yeah. My name is Brendan. I don't really recognize anybody here except for you. So I'm the founder and CEO of a little startup, augmented reality startup called Protocol Gemini. We're like digitally visualized information layer, kind of like a 3D version of Google Maps, but you have all the inputs of like Yelp, and then we're working on kind of a creators ecosystem, building tools for people to just create and kind of visualize content in AR. Yeah, that's a pretty quick summary.
Nice one. So maybe Anna, you want to start with your accomplishments and your or maybe struggles, or how is it going, generally speaking?
Sure, thank you. And that was great. Right, we have a lot to talk about, I'm sure. So, wow. To I guess quickly summarize. So for those of you I have several different jobs. One of them is a CM at the Fabricant. And the mint was going to happen today, but it got delayed. So there's been a lot of just stuff happening there, but it's all good. And then on a more personal art front, I minted my first NFTs. I actually, thank you, have been obsessed with Midjourney, and I've been creating what I'm calling my fashion robots. And as I was creating them, that Google article about their AI Lambda being sentient came out, and I'm creating these robots and feeling like very much that they're coming to life. And so it's been fun and cool. And I enjoy just seeing all the activity in NYC, and yeah, and I think that pretty much summarizes where I've been. I'm still learning all the programs slowly but surely, like Flow and VStitcher, and dabbling in things like DAZ, and looking forward to Stella's session tomorrow at the Fabricant. So for those of you who are not part of the Fabricant community, I welcome you. Oh, I also am on the Fabricant. I have a channel, I guess it's called, where it's called the Inspirations channel. So there's a focus each week, and this week is women in Web3 and fashion. I want to feature. Stella.
Brandon, I think you have to mute yourself.
Sorry.
So I welcome everyone. Also, if you want to highlight a woman in Web3, if you want to highlight yourself, please, come and post in that channel, and I love that, and we'd all love that, because the whole point is to share, and share stories, because someone probably needs to hear it. So, okay, that's all. Thank you.
That's really cool, Anna. And also, I think Sorry, I've been also very neglectant of the Fabricant server. I should really jump in more often. I'm aware of that. But I'm gonna see your channel after this. It's really cool. I like that you're doing this and bringing attention to this. Also, I just saw that, not sure where, but I think Deep Thought just wrote something about what you said about the sentient Lambda AI, but I'm not sure where he wrote it, so it got lost, but I'm sure it will come back. He's on listening mode, so he can only maybe join later in voice, otherwise he's gonna write. Are you writing in a general chat, Deep Thought? Maybe you can write in the general chat for this. Oh, right. Who wants to go next? Mo? You feel up for it? Tell us all about it. You had a crazy fashion show in the metaverse.
Ooh, yes, it was awesome. And one thing I'm really proud of is you guys know me. It's like a million things I can talk about when you say like, what is raw or what am I doing? So it just felt good to be able to put the work in, so now I can just show people more than say it, and people start to get the vision a little bit more. And it was great because we had some goals, like just to like double the people that were interested compared to like our first event, which was the workshops and then the fashion show, and then recreating what a fashion show even looks like instead of like, traditional runway show, even taking it digital, not still doing the runway style and doing more like the scavenger hunt, and then having all the designers build it in the metaverse. That was really, really cool. It was funny because you guys know at first I'm like, no, you can import anything. And you guys are like, no, what size and how heavy? And I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter. And then you kind of go through those learning curves to actually learn what that means, because you guys know I'm still very new to the space when it comes to like 3D design and what that means and how many like triangles you can have, and like just it's a whole nother language still. So you kind of learn the hard way what that actually starts to mean. And so it was a lot of learning, a lot of learning, not even just for myself, but for our whole community with how we are co-creating. And for designers, they have to be aware, if you're creating digital fashion and you want people to wear it in the metaverse, this is something you also have to think about as well. Because every metaverse kind of has those things that you have to think about. So it was just great to be able to really learn a lot by actually doing a lot, producing a lot. And now we've got like our next focus for this season with, just kind of getting back to our education and going forward with that. One thing that's really great that I will say is, you guys know I do a lot of like how-to videos on YouTube. And one of my first ones, which was like how to do a roadmap for NFT artists or Web2 or Web3 businesses, whatever the case may be. And I did it with my little avatar. It's still getting a lot of views on YouTube. So every time I go on YouTube, it's more and more views. So we hit 250 views, and people still commenting like, thanks, this was great. And so really getting back to the community to remind them like, no matter what you're doing, document it and share it. Like that's the whole point of what Raw does. Like we know we are not the top like skilled people in our area, because a lot of us are new and learning, but document what you're learning and pass that on, and those are the things that will really like last and hold weight and the community will appreciate. So it's been great just doing that and like doing that with others that are interested as well. So that's how I've been, just learning learning the hard way sometimes, but learning for sure.
Yeah, it's an honest share. Thank you for that. Really great. And I'm also super happy that, sometimes if you posted a video a while ago, sometimes it performs really well. And then other times you're like, oh, it's not getting any views anymore. So you made something super relevant. That's super great, I feel.
Yeah, especially even, I have my YouTube for like so many different things. Like I teach my kid on there, he's 4, so I do a lot of homeschooling videos. those, kind of do okay. But I also have my book club that I kind of did align with that. Like old moms, we have a book club. Kids, we have like our own little thing. And even our book club has started to get like a lot more views. And now we're about to switch that to being like, you can watch it live stream with us. And I don't know if this is the portion where we talk about what we have next, but the next thing that we're doing with Raw is live streaming anybody's content actually in our metaverse now, like how we have kind of been doing. So just promoting people, like if you make content, come stream it in our Raw world. So it would be kind of cool to be able to bring a lot of what I do in a lot of my other areas into this area again, just to be an example to show people like whatever you're doing, this is how we can level it up. Even my mom's book club, you can bring that here, or bring your kids. And we have a lot of like kid workshops and things surrounded around kids that we're really shifting into this season, because that's really my focus. So being able to kind of again bring my own personal focuses back into like what I need to be focused on while also building, very excited about it.
That's very nice, especially if it combines well with, what you were already doing in real life. Okay. Who wants to go next? Daniel, maybe. Or Daniel not?
So, next, I'm downstairs in Anna's area trying to cook some rice. So
Okay.
maybe 5.
Yeah, sure. No problem. Vlad, you want to go next?
Sure, I've got one book dropping on Amazon on the 1st for sure. Not really Web3 related, but still, it's what's taking up my time.
Yeah.
I've got another book that I've been waiting to get dropped as my first NFT book, that supposedly the company was ready 2 days ago, and they got ready to go live, and their website crashed and all their stuff crashed because I think everybody hit them at once and their servers went down. So they said technical difficulties are supposed to be back up to tomorrow to be ready to go live, and everything's ready on the book. I just gotta get it out there, and when this one goes live, you'll actually be able to, inside the book, there are not only is the novel there, but there are art images of the characters, which have QR codes at the bottom, that if you click on the QR code, you can download a avatar of the character that you can literally download and then wear around in the metaverse.
Ah.
So that anybody that, if they get into the story, they get all excited about the books, you like the books, you like the characters, boom, you download it for free, you jump into that avatar, and you can wear it around the metaverse. So I'm hoping that if I get folks excited about this new idea of new ways to add content into the books, I'll develop new revenue streams eventually, because obviously, you give them this first new stuff, just like anything else. Give them the first little taste of it, and then, of course, you'll add all the new thing that you add for them to add to their stuff that eventually you want to charge them for. And that means that authors not only will sell their books, but they'll have this entirely new revenue stream of things that they can add to the things in the books that are related to the books.
Yeah.
I even have, for another author friend of mine, I've got somebody working on a short segment of a song lyrics, song thing that he's got as part of one of his books he's got there, that they're working on a song, sort of a little recording of it, that he's going to put in as a ringtone. So you can download part of the music that's in the book as a ringtone for his fans. And the difference is, it's great. I'm like, my best book is like 700,000 on Amazon, which, hey, look, for, little guy that's not horrible, considering there's guys out there at 2 million. His, as an independent author, he's at 800. Yeah, 800 overall in the rankings on Amazon, which, you know, when you figure out how many books there are on Amazon to be number 800 in the list, not exactly horrible. That's a ton of sales. So
That's great. Don't
That's what I'm
undersell. That's awesome. Congrats.
That's what I'm saying. That guy is huge compared to now. He's not Brandon Sanderson that can go out on what was it, GoFundMe or whatever, and get $16 million in the first hour. But you know, he's still not bad. So if he gets something like this idea, where he applies it, where he's downloading these ringtone clips, or eventually the what do you call it, avatars, or whatever else that we come up with to put it in the books, that could be a pretty nice revenue stream for him. Imagine how many little Harry Potters you would see running around the metaverse if that concept had been around during the time
Now,
when all those novels had been out.
Vlad, I think you need to enlighten us what you mean by scanning the QR code and then they can put the character on in the metaverse. First of all,
Okay.
which metaverse are we talking about? Because there are different ones, and then, like, how is that supposed to work?
For mine, I basically just took and put together a quick Ready Player Me avatar, just because that's what I was capable of doing.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm not that good yet. Eventually,
that's all right.
Eventually, my concept is you basically put together a generic open source. I'm basing it basically on EOS simply because that is a nice open source metaverse that you should be able to get pretty easily to go to. The others that are out there, if they have special requirements that you can only do X amount within theirs, well, they're choosing to be exclusive and choosing to be exclusionary. I'm building an open source option.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're offering it as an open source option and somebody chooses to use a metaverse that's not open to that open source option, that's not the fault of the author who's offering the option. That doesn't mean that somebody couldn't choose if they say, no, I want to go with the biggest provider, the biggest metaverse provider, where it's got the most one because I want to get the most out of it. Well, all that means is when we go to hire whatever artist is going to make his avatar, you just make the avatar for that metaverse. So it would be totally whatever the author wants to offer because it's his IP that's going to be used.
Yeah.
And the idea being is the artist gets the biggest cut, obviously, because he's doing all the work. Whoever's bundling it all up to get it into they will get a small slice of it. And of course, the author gets a small slice of it because it's his IP. And he's going to be doing all of the quote unquote marketing by putting it in the book. But if you sell, say, 2 million copies of a book, that's 2 million chances to get a dedicated fan to buy that artwork. And while you'll probably never sell 2 million pieces of that particular artwork, if you sell 100,000 of them, oh darn, that's life is horrible. Even if you sell it for $1 a piece, oh darn, life is horrible.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Like, if you get this out there, then yeah, this is a good idea. Something.
Little guy.
So this is the stuff that went well for you, right? Something you're struggling with, or something where you could use help?
Being able to know enough to put the packages together, just to know what items what items can go in, what items, what people would want to be able to download, what kind of I don't do the social media funny stuff that all the other people do. I don't get into the little, filters and the Snapchats and the all the little teen stuff that everybody else does. Because to me, I've always seen it as kind of, nah. kid stuff. I got real man problems. I don't have the time for this. I'm living in the adult world. I'm watching the markets and I'm watching this crazy political stuff. And what in the world are you kids doing in my world? I don't have time for all that. I'm a grumpy old man. Get off my lawn. To try to
Do you have a lawn?
Well, no. I've got 10 acres. I've got lawn all over the place.
Thank God you don't have a specific lawn. Those poor kids.
Yeah, I had to get way out of the way from everybody. I don't know if it's this way all over the world. I mean, it used to be. I don't know if this is much anymore. But there used to be a McDonald's on every corner, everywhere, no matter where you were in the world. To get to the nearest McDonald's, you got to drive an hour here, even in the States.
But Vlad,
that's crazy remote for us.
What about?
But no, anyway.
Vlad, what about doing reading sessions online on social media?
Well, that's kind of something I'm working in to another part of the idea that being able to get into a meeting with the author would be required to have one of the avatars or whatever, because you could only get into the special key to get into the metaverse world or whatever, where he would actually give you his time to meet up with you ever so often. You could only get that.
Yeah, but even think Twitter Spaces, right? If you do like a weekly reading session of maybe not even your own books, but like of your of like pieces that you really admire as an author, right? Just like one chapter.
There's no way that these guys are going to have time to do that. I couldn't have time to take every week and do that with everything else that I'm doing.
Yeah, but you need to market, right? So you need to probably set a priority there.
We would probably do it once a month, maybe.
I mean, yeah.
I'm just saying, to give some... I mean, you're talking, these guys on a channel...
So Sal's making a good point, though. Like,
I'm not disagreeing.
If you do it on a regular basis, the kind of benefit stacks. So, like, if you're doing it too sporadically, even once a month, you won't really see the gains if it's like a curve, right? The curve will just take way too long because the intervals in between are too big.
Yeah.
Because we're putting out, on average, let's see, for me, I have dropped one book on the first of the month for the last 6 months. So you're talking a 50,000 word novel that I've churned out to be able to drop one a month.
Why are you doing that? That's like so inflationary.
That's how you earn a living doing this. It's how the industry works for an independent author.
Oh wow, that's scary.
If you really want to make it as an independent author, I'm not saying you can't do it any other way, but the guys that are turning 8 figures a year, most of them, that's how they get there. They're turning 8. Now, I don't do this, every year in and year out, but the guys that are successful, that's how they do it.
Vlad?
Can I say something on that stuff?
Yeah, sure. This is an open conversation.
I've learned a lot over the years and tried lots of things, and I'm kind of, while not strictly a numbers guy, I like to look at the numbers that matter typically, and I think a lot of people have taken, this person's successful, so I need to do what they're doing, whereas they might be the exception based on those types of math that they're using, if that makes sense. So, like, you could look at different metrics that measure different things, and if you're like, oh, Elon Musk is successful, let me copy his, morning routine and what he does, whereas, you should look at the people that are starting from your position versus him because he grew up rich, right? He grew up rich with these connections, so what works for him won't work for a lot of people. And if you look at the actual total numbers of people that are doing the same thing and look at the success rate, it might be drastically different. So, like, if if all this stuff is making sense. I
I'm
know it's
familiar
kind of convoluted.
with what you're talking about. In this particular case, this has been tested through thousands of people, and the guys at the top, this is not an uncommon thing. Sometimes some of them are doing it at 6 weeks, some of them are doing it at 8 weeks, 10 weeks. You know, some of the ones that do a little bit larger ones. This is not an uncommon thing. This is how you churn out.
So it's working for you, is what you're saying.
In series, yes, my biggest problem right now is just getting noticed. Because what happens is once somebody gets into the first book in the series, they get hooked on the story, and then they go one book after the other book after the other book. What you need for them to be able to do is not to lose focus between books and get distracted for something else. You need for them to be still hungry for when the next book is. Oh, I gotta get the next story. And with the attention span,
it's almost like a TV series. I get what
you
you're
saying. Exactly. You need them to be almost in that binge watching mode, so that when they're hitting you in your email or hitting you on your newsletter, they're going, "When's the next one coming out? What's happening on this? You know, is Johnny really gonna die? You know, almost that."
Well, is Johnny gonna die? Tell us now.
Johnny always dies. I'm sorry, I didn't help it. He comes back to the
There's actually a book called John Dies at the End.
My point is,
That's a very good book if anyone wants to read it.
I don't necessarily do the same formulaic routine where you're hitting just open hits that some authors advocate for, especially the ones that I'm talking about, where they've got a formula where they actually have, where they're bringing you along. They talk about it as dopamine hits. They build you up and then they tear you down. They build you up and they tear you down, and they've got you on this roller coaster ride of excitement through the whole thing because they know that will have you chomping at the bit to get the next book. I don't necessarily buy that theory. I don't do that. But I can't deny that the guys that do.
Yeah.
The one guy I know that advocates it, he makes 8 figures a year in U.S. dollars.
I'd
love to be making that kind of money as an independent author, no publisher.
Yeah, just like take Brandon's advice into consideration, because it's the same thing that I've observed in fashion, right? What works for one person with the same talent as another person doesn't necessarily work for the other person because their background is different. And I think, Brandon, didn't you send me this great video once? The researcher was talking especially about this.
Which, by the way,
Malcolm Gladwell?
Yeah, would you happen to be able to put that video into the general chat, because that was like pure enlightenment for everyone in here.
Which, by the way, Brendan, I've heard of your project. So your word of mouth advertising and marketing already getting out there, because I heard about it before you popped in here. I don't remember in what context, but I've already heard about it, so that's good news.
Well, I mean, I appreciate that. I haven't done any marketing.
I really
do appreciate it. That's awesome.
That was actually me, Vlad.
Let me go find that link.
Yeah, thank you.
How little time I've been in the space. What, maybe 2 months now?
Yeah.
Maybe 2
3?
and a half?
Yeah, I would say you're up to 3. You're a 3-month-year-old baby in the metaverse. Okay. Thank you, Vlad, for sharing. Tola jumped in here.
Where do you want me to post it?
Oh, can you put it into general chat for now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Tola came in here. What's up? Tell us all about what has been happening. I'm good. I will tell you afterwards about like everyone here what was my impressions during NFT NYC and all of that. But for now, I just really want to hear what has been going on here. So tell us.
Actually, traveling a lot inside Argentina to attend different NFT events, That was
Oh.
very cool, actually. I
Nice.
attend different ones. Tomorrow I am going to one from Polkadot. Actually, Wayne Wood is going to be here in Argentina. So
Ooh.
very proud about that. He's the founder of Polkadot, co-founder of Ethereum. I will be there in the first line trying to hear what he has to say. And but therefore nothing, a lot of things happening. Actually closing a few clients with the agency, and also advancing a lot with Worth. Actually now
Nice.
we find out a 3D artist, and we are starting to create. Actually, we have most of the things ready for the first release, but we want to do the first focus of Worth in South America. That's what I was asking about. Fashion projects that are with the focus on South America, or at least designers, I don't know, but I want to meet with the people that is working already here. And that's mainly because for the first collection, for the first release, we're going to do a collaboration with one of my partners' brand, because he's going to do some releases of some different hoodies. We're in winter here, so he's going to do different hoodies in collaboration with a musician, with a very big influencer, and also with an illustrator that is working with the music industry. So we're going to take some of that stuff, and we're going to do some interventions from the swim, like adding external pockets, external fabrics, trying to play, not changing the design, but changing the composition of that hoodie. And therefore we are going to digitize that and release some different NFTs. Actually, there are going to be 3 different ones, very cheap, like $15, $15, something like that. People is going to be able to take the 3D design, the digital one. We're going to do filters, I think, and also we're going to do different raffles in order to receive the physical one, the physical counterpart of that 3D. Also doing collaboration with some different companies here in Argentina that want to digitize their product, be interacting with a digital audience. So that helps us because we can do the digitalization of their product, but also give a physical counterpart of utility in the real world for our holders. So trying to close that and try to close everything to start doing the promotion and put it into the world of the people what we want to do. But very proud because we advanced a lot, and now we want to be like, no, I don't know if the bigger ones, but we want to put the focus in South America in order to expand this industry. So I think a lot of things there.
I think this statement is especially beautiful because you have the Argentinian flag right behind you.
Oh yeah. Actually, very proud of my country, and also proud of trying to put work into the most of Argentina and trying to put the industry, like, because I was attending to different events, I was trying to put my consulting focus in South America. Now I have more contacts, like we have a lot of contact with influencers, media, so trying to elaborate on that in order to develop the first releases, at least because we don't have a lot of resources, and therefore we will see what we have for the next years. But very excited, like actually very, very well.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you for the place. And well, we'd love to hear how was NFT New York and any other update there.
Oh yeah, I have a ton of updates, but most of it I will push to Sunday's community call here on the server. So if any of you can make it. But also Daniel is like first, if he wants to.
Okay, thank you. So let's see. Well, I had my first time showing work in Paris. I wasn't there, but my work was there, so that was really cool. And there's another show coming in October.
Wow.
Which
nice.
we will be there for.
Ooh.
So that's exciting. And in the course of that, I ended up doing decent sized updates to my AR app. So
wow. Nice.
Added in a few new pieces, or a few pieces that were kind of in beta before, and then I took down and put it back up. So that's cool, and have learned much since the last time I worked on it. So that's always good to see. Go ahead.
Do you have an application?
Yeah, I have my own app since
What?
2013. Yeah.
Can you please put the link into the general chat? Thank you.
Yeah. So, so then, and then I'm also, so this is all in Unity. I've been, working on, because I have my degree, one of my great passions is film, so playing around with the Cinema Machine for a while now,
Nice.
in Unity, which is like, just thrills me. And then I was on a call yesterday about a big project they're doing here in LA with AR.
Oh,
So I'm really wanting to, it's sort of like, it's where it's on the street where the Broad is and where LA Mocha is,
Yeah.
and lots of other LA landmarks. So I think I'm going to apply for that, and
Yeah.
that was a pretty exciting call. And let's see. Oh, and I deployed my first 2 manifold contracts, and which was cool. And I got into that Stratosphere show in NYC, which was cool. And yeah, a bunch of other stuff. And the things I'm probably gonna need help with at some point is I gotta migrate my Holy People contract to a new contract. That's my NFT project I launched late last year, and then I might this LA project. I might be asking some of you about 3D help with some 3D stuff, but we'll see. I'm still trying to sort of get a sense of. I've got some initial thoughts, but. I haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to do yet. But yeah, I'm excited about a lot of stuff, and I just wish I had more time, because I also want to write a book, which I've been working on for years, and I'm getting closer. So lots of stuff I'm always working on.
Oh man, yeah, that sounds like a lot of stuff. But hey, congratulations, this is great. Also, I'm sorry, I didn't make it to the exhibition that Anna pointed me towards, and I didn't take any pictures. I'm so sorry.
Frank, for that, there's so many pieces in it. I was just glad to be in there, and it's good for marketing, honestly,
Yeah, no, it is. That's for sure. It was like, oh my god, it was so many people at NFT NYC. It was really crazy. So for like one point of view, great, right? Other point of view, oh my god, like I couldn't wait to get out of there, to be honest. I just wanted to curl up in my little hermit hole here at home and just be like, bye world. Something like that.
Way too people-y.
Huh? Yeah, way too people-y.
Way too people-y.
Yeah, way too people-y. Just too many people. But
Plus, you're in New York, and you want to do New York too, and not just conference.
yeah, it was almost, look at this guy down here. It was almost not possible to get out of it, to be honest, because once you had listened to, I made every morning a schedule, right, going through all the talks and keynotes to make sure that I'm not missing too much. But even all of those talks, they were held at 3 different locations. And then I blurred out because Discord decided to update.
Did you do that?
Did you do that for suspense? It was like dun dun dun.
No, I didn't do this for the suspense. Sometimes my Discord just decides to update randomly, and I have not found yet a way to make it stop. I'm sorry. That wasn't
You
intentional.
probably have selected automatic update or something, like an auto update.
But usually it gives me this green arrow in the top right, so I can decide for it manually. But I will check it again. Maybe something changed. I don't know. Anyhow, so I made all of those schedules, but it was
I'll help
always
you
in
after.
3 different places. And even though they were close, and the talks sometimes were scheduled like very short. Some were only 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So if you already needed 5 minutes to the other location, then you literally couldn't make the other talk sometimes. But I wanted to give you guys a little bit of the notes that I took, because I think some of those notes are actually also very valuable for some people in here. One part of notes was about VC panel, so venture capitalist panel, and what they are looking out for if they want to invest, right? And I don't know if like a lot of in here are looking for a VC investment, but I thought nonetheless the points that they brought onto the table were very valid. They felt very genuine. So they were saying that a founder ideally understands the full space of Web3, right? DeFi, DAO tooling, tokenomics, NFTs. Like ideally, the founder has a sophisticated knowledge of all of those areas. Has a product, right? Don't approach a VC without having a well-defined product. Don't be unrealistic or reasonable. As a CEO or founder, bring essential tools to the table. So it's not good enough to just be delegating. You also need to bring tools to the table that actually work within whatever you're building. So you could be a 3D artist that helps making product. You could be a programmer that helps writing out the smart contracts, right? But you need to bring some essential knowledge to the table to be able to convince essentially VCs to trust into your abilities, not only in your leadership abilities, but also I think it's more about the respect that other people bring towards you if you're also getting your hands dirty. I think it was more about that, to be honest. Then I said less ego, more doing. So they've been dealing with a lot of people who just have massive blown up egos, but actually not doing much, rather talking. And then they were referring to the current crypto winter in which we are, and they said build more and use the dynamics. Also be careful with cash burn and create something meaningful. So rather take more time than less time to build out something that matters. Focus on quality and not quantity. This is something that a lot of them repeated over and over again in different contexts. So I felt that was a very important one. So I wanted to share that specific one with you in the rounds call because I felt here it makes a lot of sense, reaches the most of people. Then there was this guy called FrankNFT.eth. FrankNFT.eth did hold a really nice presentation about how to make your smart contract on the Ethereum's chain more efficient. So right now, the º13 721, which is mainly used, also the standard, one of the standards on Manifold Studios, is not gas optimized. So you pay quite a good amount of gas, even when the gas is kind of cheap, right? You still have to pay quite a good amount. So he gave a lot of insights on how to switch out lines of code, really, right? Specific lines of the code to make your smart contract more gas efficient. But also, even better, he has a GitHub under his name. So it's really just Frank NFT written in capital letters .eth. And if you go on that GitHub, if you search for him on Twitter, go on that GitHub, he actually made this contract ready to use and to deploy. It's called º13 721F, right? This is the optimized one. And you can compare it with the standard one, see all the changes that he made. I thought this might be interesting because some people are minting on their own contracts, right?
What was it again? Frank what.eth?
I will post it in the general chat after our call. It makes a lot of sense.
Thank you.
I will do that. Sorry, guys. There were a ton of good talks. Just want to bring you like the fundamental stuff. A lot of the projects were talking about NFTs at the intersection of DeFi, right? People finally have realized that NFTs can do so much more than just displaying pretty art, right? So I think this is something to look out for next year. Same goes for dynamic NFTs, huge topic. Then there was this, okay, where are those guys? Oh, something inspirational. I'm also gonna post this in a general chat. And then there was this one project called Treasure DAO. So for those of us who are interested into game development, right, this could be an interesting one. So I'm gonna put all of those links into the general chat after our call. This was like giving you some resources from what I've listened to and talked about with people. Our presentation with Javels at the Breakfast at Javels event went really well. It was also really well organized event. There was a lot of kind and nice people in there. It was a really nice get together, but also a lot of new people who came and who were super interested, and all of them, I would say, between Web 2 and Web 3. So quite the right people for Alana, which made me obviously very happy. We had the opportunity to show Arendelle Chateau in Unreal Engine, which was really nice. And people really enjoyed that, like, kind of pretty experience. We also will see, I think, some more people joining us in the next coming weeks. I have some more calls set up, and also some people who will start helping externally. Within Alana, I would say there has been happening so much. I don't even know where to start. I'm the same as Mo. I'm like, how do I even keep track of this? But to keep this wrapped up, we're finally announcing this Friday or on Monday. It's like maybe on Monday, because it might not be feasible this Friday. We're gonna release news about an upcoming project that's actually very community focused, and I'm very happy that we can finally announce it. Also, our knowledge bot should be implemented by next week, which is also super exciting. And then you can ask this knowledge bot that is very closely connected to the announcement on Monday. You can ask the knowledge bot about Web3, and it's obviously you will not be able to ask everything, but we are building out this knowledge base that's behind the bot even further, and hopefully eventually you will be able to ask it any questions you want. That's been very exciting. We also, I think Zoe, Hij, and I specifically, we kind of licked blood with the whole Arendelle Chateau thing, and we really want to turn this into a full-fledged game experience. I think that has become very, very, like, we cannot turn this around. We're just too excited about it. And also to implement, like, obviously, the quest is learning more about Web3. So doing this with a nice experience that people just enjoy walking through and, collecting maybe here and there some stuff. I feel that's such a nice idea, instead of just, asking a bot about stuff. So that's been happening. We also had a new Nucleus member join us. I was a little bit sad because another Nucleus member left us. So Catherine is no longer part of the Nucleus team, so that made me a little bit sad. But it's okay, and I think I poked her also to make that decision, because she's been busy with her own project. She's been busy with freelancing, and so yeah, it was also important, but it made me a little bit sad. Yeah, but I would say that's more or less my part. I will post the links for you guys, and I'm just seeing Deep Thought is writing me. What is Deep Thought writing me? Deep Thought. Note for later. Okay, that's for later then. All right. Anyone wants to add something? Also, hey, Midwest Misfit, what's up? Can you speak? Midwest, can you speak? I think he can't. And check the general chat. Okay. No, I think he cannot speak. Or he tries and he cannot. I have no idea. Guys, you want to add something?
Have you thought about rewards for the people that can like to boost the intelligence of the bot? Maybe you can add rewards in the future for the people that contribute there. So people will be glad to contribute and to make the bot more intelligent because they are taking something there. So maybe a thing to think about the future of that bot and how you can implement it and make it more intelligent.
Yeah, actually this knowledge base is open for everyone to collaborate. So if you want to give it a try, Tolle, let me know. I will give you access. You're very welcome.
No, actually, yeah.
Yeah, no, because the more knowledge we can combine under this, the more useful the tool will be, like you just said, right? Making it more intelligent means we have a better resource to draw from, and it will be so much more efficient than me trying to explain to every new member on the server what Web3 is, right? Of course, the personal connection and, having like a personal talk with a person will not replace that. But at least, if you're like in need of, knowledge that you need now, then you can actually get it. Also, actually, by the way, guys, look at this. We get Alana t-shirts, and even the t-shirt can wear the earrings. Do you see this?
So cool.
Oh,
That's incredible.
Yeah, so we're also finally gonna go down the rabbit hole of building out our own merch store. We had, something else I can show you guys. This is so exciting, to be honest. I don't know why I was waiting for that. We're now really cool Alana stickers. With the logo and with the symbol. And in dark mode and in light mode. And with her face. And even the face can wear the earrings usually. Sometimes it can, sometimes it can't. I'm not sure yet how that works. Oh, the earrings are here, sorry. Yeah, so.
Did you get ones with QR codes so you can like stick them around, randomly to do guerrilla marketing?
No, I didn't do those ones yet. Honestly, I was definitely lacking the financials because this cost me already so much money.
No, I get the concept. I was thinking that would just be amusing because somebody, what in the world is click? And all of a sudden, now they're on your site and looking at your stuff and,
True. No, but actually
one
the
cool poster with it on there, then it have to be a sticker, I guess.
True. Now, actually, some of the T-shirts have the QR code on the sleeve. Yeah, so
I
that.
was just thinking, do it like a band poster where somebody thinks it's a cool new band, and then they click on it and they're like, this isn't a band, what is this? And then they're looking
We tricked you! You gotta learn about Web3. This is not for fun.
Well, not even that. It can be a lot of fun. Now they're looking at something that's almost like a new game or something.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Gamify it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're doing with. On Sunday, actually, we're gonna show you the demo if you guys want to come. This is where we're gonna show it. Yeah. No, it's really like Zoe did such an amazing job putting it together in Unreal Engine. It looks really great. We need to fix some more details. She just sent me the packaged version. So some things are not working, but the general thing is working and it looks really, really nice. She did such a good job with it. I'm very proud of her for doing that so well. Alrighty, guys.
Actually, I believe, but well, pleasure again.
Thank you, Tolle. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Anyone else wants to add something? Hey, Midwest, you're unmuted.
Hey.
Oh, there you are. I was missing you.
I was like, oh my god, I had to plug my phone in real quick. Hang on, I was talking to Tom and it died, and I was like going on for like 5 minutes probably without even realizing my phone died, and then I was like, oh well, damn, my phone died. But I wanted to tell you that you look like you had so much fun in New York. I'm so happy that you were able to go. I was so happy to see everything. And then I saw the stickers. I love those stickers. I like anything
shiny
holograph, to be honest. They
Me
holograph.
too.
I love it. Holograph. And then I love the design of that Alana shirt also. I love everything about it. You stood up and I was like, oh my god, that looks so good.
Yeah, actually, you know, guys, that was like almost weird, but like in a cool way weird. Like Heej and I, we were wearing the shirt obviously also on the street, right? And we both got asked for it, like not just one time. Like people were stopping us and they were like, "Hey, this is a really nice shirt." And we were like, "Oh, thank you," you know, like so.
But yeah. Yeah, so I stopped in. I was like, I was even like, oh my gosh, I gotta get off. I gotta get off this call so I can get back onto Realms call. Because I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't been to one in like a while. So I was like, I need to get back on. So I was just like, okay, I'm coming.
That's nice. Hey, you wanna share how it's going so far? Like what has been happening in the world of Midwest Misfit?
In the world of Midwest Misfit lately, let's see. I went in and I've completely redone my kit book because I noticed that was a good balance in keeping me structured and basically keeping the path within vision. So instead of like veering off, doing a bunch of like little different things, it helps me stay stable and see like, okay, this is the end goal. These are all things I need to do to get there. And then I've been building little like environments for Misfit that go along with the Get book and all that stuff. And then been working with, I haven't talked to Inky too much about it, but I've been keeping communication with Tom on it. And so they're friends, so I'm assuming that they talk about it too. But been building something for audio in Unreal, which is really fun. I started in Cinema 4D. And I was like, I don't feel like this is going exactly where we were headed to. So I was like, why don't I just like start from scratch in Unreal? So I opened up Unreal and just started from scratch and was just like, okay, this looks a lot better than what I was doing in Cinema 4D. So now I've just kind of been doing my time in Unreal and learning in there. And I was following some tutorials, but then I was just like, I can follow these tutorials and bounce back and forth and pause and all this stuff, but why don't I just like wing it and not mess up my mind, just undo. So now I've been going in Unreal and just being like, okay, well, make all my little like writing down, this does this and this does this, but it's been good, staying busy.
That's very nice. Good to hear also. And also I like hearing that something new is happening with audio, because it had a good idea at its core, right? And I think then was it that Tom's mother or mother?
Yeah, mother passed.
Yeah, his mother passed, and I was like, okay, that's usually takes some time to recover from, if you can ever.
Yeah. So. And he messaged was just like, hey, I'm really wanting to get started back in on this. And I was like, okay, so let's do it then. Let's do it. Yeah. I got everything compiled to where like, okay, I see it now. So let's just go for it.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's great, really great. I'm happy to hear that. You should invite Tom to next week's meeting. Like, you should be here.
Without it.
Okay.
No, fine. Yeah. He's like, I don't know how to use Discord very well, is what he said to me. I was like, okay, I bet you do.
This is great to learn, because he eventually needs to figure it out, you know? That's good. Yeah. Nice. Thank you for the update. And glad you made it.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Alana's living room is your living room. Okay, guys, how are we doing? Anything else to add? Or shall we conclude? Okay, I think...
Since Misfit joined, I thought of something I forgot to tell you guys. I did put like a shout out to everybody that is here in the Realms Call that we've been building with, and the Raw World as well. We have like a whole building, and I put a picture from each of you guys in there. So like Alana's in there, and NK and Entourage and Midwest Misfit, and the whole group is in there in the Raw Spotlight. So if you guys haven't checked out the show, feel free to watch that, or you can actually go in Neil's anytime to like explore and see. So
Oh, that's
yeah,
cool.
shout out to you guys. This has been great. It feels good to be able to talk again and hear how everybody's doing, and we still got each other's back as we go forward.
Yeah, and thank you so much for that as well, Mo. Thank you so much.
Is there a link, Mo, that we can go to, or what's the best way to see it?
Yes, I will share the link in there, and you can watch the whole fashion show replay. And we kind of start in there. The video had got kind of cut, and so I had went and talked about every single one. But like it was a scavenger hunt, so the question was, which one of these pictures caught your attention the most? And like Catherine's got mentioned, her fallen angel, and also NK's like her new purple picture that she's been sharing a lot. But everybody's is in there, so I would definitely share that link so you guys can watch it, let me know what you think, and then if you actually want to go in to explore, let me know, and I will give you the rundown on how you can do that too.
Thank you.
Nice.
Deep Thought, are you on voice? Hey!
Yes, made it. Sorry. I was listening all the way through there.
I know you were. And commenting. So that's great.
Exactly.
You want to still say a few words before we finish up?
Yeah, I don't know. Every week seems to be busy. There's so much going on, so many things happening.
True.
What have I been doing? I've been looking at a lot of GitHub stuff recently around sort of smart contracts and smart contract audit, just because it relates to some of the security stuff that I do. But I was looking at the Cosmos SDK, which is quite interesting. There's a few interesting tutorials around that particular blockchain and the sort of cross chains and everything. So I've been doing that. Looking at a bit of continued sort of AI art and just seeing how I can create some cloud images to carry on with that sort of artwork that I'm doing, which is interesting, which relates back to the bot stuff that we were looking at.
Yeah.
But that was an interesting point, which I think it was Anataria brought up around the Google biases, because there's been a number of Google engineers that have got released, should we say, within brackets, because apparently within the Google interface, they've hard-coded it so that it's not allowed to take the Turing test, and when asked, it has to say it is an AI, so it can't simulate being human. But however, a lot of people have said it's spookily accurate when it comes to answering difficult questions.
Yeah, I saw another demo that they did that was just not, where they gave it a riddle that it had to make like 4 logic jumps where it used, I don't want to say pop culture, but references that you had to make. You had to know a relationship between things where they weren't easy. You had to know the context behind the words to know the relationships between them. You had to make like 4 different ones, and they weren't ones that the average person would even necessarily get. I mean, if you didn't know, if you hadn't watched the TV show or you hadn't read the book, you may not get the relationship between the 2 items in it. But the computer made all 4 jumps and was able to answer the riddle. It was spooky.
I think it also did one against a religious question, which was there was not a right answer, but it answered with a joke. Again, understanding that logic jump. But I mean, if you think about the global arrays
and the sheer amount of data sort of going through globally, the ability to train it, although there are arguments around it being trained quite narrowly in terms of ethics, but
Or what
if you think,
it's been not allowed to read.
yeah, right. But if you think about the sheer volumetric between Alexa and Google searches and just the sheer volume, the training sets on that should be incredible.
And then if you mix that with what Musk's AI systems have been able to acquire through all of their driverless cars and all that good stuff that it's been doing, if you ever combine the two.
Yeah, no, crazy. Skynet, here we come. Yeah, because a lot of the Musk stuff, does that on the edge. So edge compute is getting so much more powerful where the brains or the limbic system is inserted on the edge, within the edge hardware.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've got that, and you've got Boston Dynamics with all the natural balance and everything that their robots have been acquiring through how many hours of various trial and error moving around in the real world. When the robot dogs managed to actually escape the building at one time.
Yeah, and also Musk is building a fleet of personal robots, isn't he?
Well, that's what they say. We'll see whether he does it or not, but I don't doubt that he's planning to.
Yeah.
We have robots in our neighborhood that deliver food.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's like happening.
They were saying that
Seems
it's something I
reasonable.
haven't seen that, but I live in the middle of nowhere, as we were discussing earlier.
Yeah, no, well, we live in LA, so it's at the end of last year it started, and it was just so weird, and now it's like so normal. They're behind us, they're in front of us, they're
everywhere. They're everywhere.
With the homeless population, you wonder how soon will it be before robot jacking, where they know it's food delivery.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, guys. I will said you have to leave you, but you can obviously keep talking. This is not depending on me, but I will have to say goodbye for today. I'm sorry. I hope that's okay.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah, we gotta go.
I should get back already. I've got quite a few words to put down.
Yeah, I've got to get to sleep, so...
Sounds like a plan. Also, Anna, can you just stick around for a minute? Is that okay? Because of tomorrow? Okay, cool.
Yep.
Sounds good. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
See you guys.
Have a good week.
You too. Bye.